Okay. This feels so weird, I swear. Okay. I don't know. I feel weird because I haven't done this in a while. So, shall we be? Shall we begin? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Would I say welcome back or welcome? Because it's been, I don't know how long it's been forever. It feels like almost a year. I haven't really recorded a video in a while, but I have been putting out videos up until I think late last year or mid last year. I can't remember. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who, doesn't really know me personally, but knows me through YouTube and the internet and whatnot, and has reached out to me to ask me if I'm okay, when am I coming back? When am I coming back to YouTube? And I'm here. I'm here, hale and hearty, in one flesh, and still here. So I know a lot of you have been asking, did I leave Mauritius? No, I still live in Mauritius. So let me just take you guys on a journey of why I took a break and took like a step back from YouTube. Okay, so first things first, I don't know. I feel like I got bored with not to make my subscribers feel unhappy, but I felt a little bit bored with the content that I was creating. I wanted to explore new things, but I felt like I wasn't able to explore it. I feel once you reach a certain mark, you obviously crave for, huge and better things. But when you're kind of stuck, I just shut down, right? So that was it. I felt boxed up. I felt like there's certain things I wanted to create, but I couldn't create it because either wasn't just time or I couldn't just create it, right? And those ideas were ideas that were taking me out of Mauritius. And at the time, I couldn't necessarily be out of this geographic location, right? The other thing, which a lot of people did not know, only people who were really, really close to me knew, was the fact that I was out of a job for an entire maybe 14 months or so. To be honest, the details, I don't want to bore you guys with the details, but when you're going through a lot of things and then you make decisions without proactively thinking that God got you whichever way. So I left where I was working, to be honest, and thinking that I would be able to get a job with my work experience in Mauritius and living in Mauritius for a while. Well, that didn't happen, and even throughout that phase, I would still, encourage a lot of people who reached out to me saying, oh, they want to, come to Mauritius to look for a job. Encouraging them, yes, but also telling them the fact that it's difficult for you to find a job in Mauritius. It's not undoable. It's it's doable, but it's just going to take time. You have to be very patient. I feel like every single time that I've gotten a new job, it took me time to actually find that job. Some other people in other sectors would probably find it easy, or people who are probably very lucky, or people who have networking. But it wasn't just happening for me at the time, even though I did everything in the book, it's not seminars, going to like job fairs, interacting with a lot of people, telling a lot of people that I'm looking for jobs, seeking referrals, going for interviews and doing everything, and it wasn't just, happening. And that's just the reality of things when you are in Mauritius. It doesn't really mean that you are not qualified. It just basically means that sometimes the companies do not want to take that investment, because I mean, when you are a foreigner, they're basically going to make an investment, because you have to do your permits, which costs a lot of money, right? So that takes time, and some companies do not want to go through with it. So it took time for me, which was very frustrating. And then I got into the hemisphere of thinking of leaving Mauritius, actually, because I wouldn't want to spend a lot of time here. And it also got me thinking about longevity living in Mauritius, because a lot of you would know I have been living in Mauritius for about 7 years, almost 8 years now. And I also started having the thoughts of, if I was living in another country, or if I had lived in another country for this amount of time, I would have either been able to naturalize very, very easy, which is not something that is easy for foreigners in Mauritius. So you have to either keep going from one visa to another, which is very expensive and which is very strenuous. And down the line, you just think, do I want to spend 20 years living in Mauritius without naturalizing? What does that mean for me? What does that mean for my children? What does that mean for my future, my family, what I'm trying to build? And so it doesn't really give you that safety, in quotes, which was the thoughts that I was having. But then fortunately, to be honest, as God will have it, I got a job and then I decided to stay. Another reason why I was away was while battling, looking for a job, thinking if I'm going to go back home, and also maybe glamorizing the fact that I would, be able to expand my horizon as a content creator. Maybe when I go back home or go to another country, it will be easier for me. I was also battling health issues where I would frequent the hospital without necessarily knowing exactly what was wrong. And I think maybe I will just sit down and do another video talking about my experiences in the health sector in Mauritius. Even though it's not like the health sector in Nigeria where things are just messed up from the beginning. We all know things are just messed up, but it doesn't mean people don't get health care in Nigeria, right? I mean, if you have money, then you can pay for it. But what I'm saying is, here, say for example, if I want to go do a malaria test, I have to be recommended to do the malaria test. I can't just go and do a malaria test. That's the way the system works here. And then, you go see a doctor for consultation, and then you go do the test, and then you go back and you get medications, right? So in and out of the hospital for the entire year, to be honest, destroyed my physical and mental health, right? In the sense that I was always paying for medical bills. I was always going to the hospital. And as you guys know, I don't really have family here. So it's another thing where, you're always sick and you don't have the care and the support that you necessarily need. So you have to just do what you have to do, take care of yourself, go to the hospital and all of that. So yeah, at the end of the day, I got diagnosed with something that I'm not ready to share at the moment. Probably in the nearest future I would. I got diagnosed with something, and it really, my world literally came crashing on my forehead, on my head basically. And so far so good. I'm in treatment, but because it's something that I have to kind of manage for the rest of my life, I'm thinking maybe I should share it, but I'm not ready to share it at the moment. Maybe I will probably do a separate video once I have gotten to the position where I feel like I am okay to share. But it's been very, very, I don't know the words to describe it, to be honest. Mentally stressing, physically stressing. I go through physical pains, I go through mental stress because I am always sick. And so, I also decided to take, a break from social media posting and all of that, just to take care of myself health-wise, and, just basically be healthy, because that's the most important. If you're not healthy, you're not wealthy, no matter how much you have in your accounts, or no matter how much you have people around you. If you don't have good health, I feel like good health is so underrated. And then for you to, well, for me as a Black woman or an African woman or a Nigerian woman, for me to be able to get health care that the doctors would literally be able to listen to you and understand, especially when you go to the hospital and you're like, oh, I'm experiencing this kind of pain. All they just want to do is just give you medications to stop the pain, but not necessarily finding out why you are experiencing these things. And I also, to be honest, I've heard a lot of women say, oh, especially for reproductive health, they complain to their doctors, oh, I'm in pain, and they don't take them seriously, right? But when I've experienced that and, tried to explain, I feel like maybe the doctors here do not necessarily understand what you are going through. They just give you meds, and as a human being, you literally don't want to be on meds for the rest of your life. So I feel those are the reasons why I, decided to take a break and focus on myself. Even though I'm still focusing on myself and, trying to be healthy and all of that, coming back to social media when you've been away feels like a chore. Even though I've had like a lot of ideas coming back, it just felt like, why do I even have to, come back in the first place? You guys, I know people will say, I don't care about you. I really do care about all my subscribers, for those who reached out to me, those who didn't reach out to me, and for those who turned out to be such a blessing in my life during this period. Like, for those who turned out to be more than subscribers, now turned family members and friends, confidants, people who, were praying for me, talking to me, checking up on me regularly. I hold you guys in high regard, like forever. You guys have a spot in my heart. I wouldn't have ever imagined that, I would be someone who, you guys don't know me from anywhere, but you still care about me. So it's something that I deeply, deeply appreciate. I feel like I should have made this video a live video so you guys can ask me questions. But yeah, that's basically it. I am also thinking of doing something very different with this channel. So even though I'm going to be doing sit-down videos and talking to you guys about Mauritius, I would probably maybe limit it because I want to explore different things. I want to be able to express myself in different ways and not just box myself because, I'm in Mauritius and a lot of people need to come to Mauritius. I feel like there is a lot of knowledge that I have spent over the past 5-6 years on my channel that even though it's old and you go back to it and you watch those videos, you'll be able to find gems in those videos, I promise you. So I hope you guys are going to, tag along on this journey. You guys have been here. I'm hoping for more subscribers. Another thing that didn't really encourage me was growth in terms of YouTube. I know they say comparison is the something of a fool or something like that. You shouldn't basically compare yourself. But it's really hard when you put a lot of work into something and you don't get the results that you're looking for, basically. So with that being said, I'm putting the results at the back of my mind. I'm not thinking about the results for now. I just want to express myself. I want to do what makes me happy, and I hope you guys will be happy watching me be happy and experience those new things with me. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. If you're seeing this face for the first time, make sure you subscribe. I feel like I'm old with this. If you're seeing this face for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like this video. Drop a comment in the comment section. And as always, my name is Theodosia, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye, guys.